That alarm isn't just waking you up. It's asking you a question. Every single morning, the same question. Are you going to show up for your life today? Or let it pass you by again? Most people hit snooze. Not once, twice, 3 times. And in those 9-minute windows, while they're half asleep, half awake, their life is already moving without them. Emails piling up, opportunities closing, the day narrowing. And they haven't even opened their eyes. Now picture someone else. Same city, same Tuesday morning, same alarm. They sit up. Feet hit the floor before the brain can negotiate. No internal debate, no 5 more minutes. Just up, water, shoes, movement. And in that first 30 seconds of the day, they've already won something. Not a trophy, not a paycheck, something better. They've won the argument with themselves. And that, right there, is where every great life begins. Not in a boardroom, not in a breakthrough moment, in the quiet war between your pillow and your purpose. Every single morning. In 5 years, you will arrive. The question is, where? Here's a number that should stop you cold. 1,825. That's how many mornings are in 5 years. 1,725 decisions between who you are right now and who you could become. If you waste just the first hour of every morning, that's 125 hours over 5 years. 76 days. 76 full days of your life. Handed to the snooze button. Handed to mindless scrolling. Handed to nothing. Now flip it. What if you use that hour? Read, build, move, create, plan. 1 hour a day, compounded over 1,825 days. That's the difference between the life you have and the life you keep telling yourself you'll get to eventually. Eventually is a thief. It steals years dressed up as not yet. The people who build extraordinary lives, they don't have more time than you. They just stopped lying to themselves about what they were doing with it. His name was Derek, and for 6 years, he sat in that car every morning. Derek was a warehouse supervisor in Cincinnati. Good guy, smart, people liked him. But every morning, he sat in that parking lot for 10 minutes before going in. Not meditating, not planning, just dreading. He had an idea for a logistics consulting business, had the knowledge, had the contacts. What he didn't have was mornings, because his mornings belonged to ESPN, to the extra hour of sleep, to I'll work on it this weekend. Weekends came, weekends went, 6 years of weekends. One morning, his daughter, she was 9, she asked him something. Dad, what's your dream? And Derek, a grown man, 37 years old, had no answer. He sat there and realized he hadn't worked on a dream in so long. He'd forgotten he had one. That night, he set his alarm for 5 a.m. Not because he became a different person, because he decided to start becoming one. He gave himself 90 minutes every morning before his family woke up. Nobody asked him to. Nobody rewarded him for it. Just him in the dark and a laptop and a dream he'd almost buried. 11 months later, Derek gave notice at the warehouse. His daughter was there when he walked out for the last time. She was wearing a shirt she'd made herself. It said, "My dad bet on himself." What have you almost buried? Let's talk about the excuses. Because you have them. I have them. We all do. I'm not a morning person. That's not biology. That's a habit. Every habit can be changed. I don't have time. You have the same 24 hours as Derek, as Oprah, as every person who ever built something from nothing. Time isn't the problem. Priority is the problem. I'm tired. Yes, you are. And you'll still be tired 5 years from now if you keep spending your energy on things that don't build your life. Tiredness doesn't disappear when you do less. It disappears when what you're doing means something. I'll start when things calm down. Say it with me one more time so we can both hear how it sounds. I'll start when things calm down. Life doesn't calm down. Life escalates. More responsibilities, more noise, more reasons to wait. the window you're waiting for. It's not coming. This window, the one you're in right now, this is it. This has always been it. None of them felt ready. Nobody feels ready. Not the CEO on day one. Not the surgeon before the first incision. Not the parent the morning they bring a baby home. Readiness is not a feeling. It's a decision. A decision that says, I don't have everything figured out, and I'm going anyway. Because here's what waiting for ready actually means. It means waiting for fear to disappear. And fear doesn't disappear before the action. It disappears during the action. The fear of the cold water vanishes the second you jump in. The fear of starting vanishes the second you start. The dread of the morning vanishes the second your feet hit the floor. But you have to move first. The feeling follows the action, not the other way around. This is the secret the most successful people know, that most people spend their whole lives waiting to discover. You don't wait to feel like it. You do it until you feel like it. Somewhere right now. Someone with less talent than you, less resources than you, more obstacles than you is waking up. And they're not negotiating with themselves. They're just moving. Here's what nobody tells you about building a great life. It's not about motivation. Motivation is the match. Discipline is the fire. Matches run out. Fire, if you feed it, burns forever. The goal isn't to get motivated. The goal is to become the kind of person who doesn't need motivation to move, who wakes up and works, not because they feel like it, but because that's who they are. An identity shift, not a mood shift. And that shift begins with one thing: the morning. How you start the day is how you start the year. How you start the year is how you start the decade. And how you start the decade, that's your life. Every morning you rise before you're ready. You're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. Every morning you do the work when no one's watching. You're writing the story you'll one day tell. Every morning you choose the hard thing. You're building a person who can do hard things. And the world desperately, urgently needs people who can do hard things. There it is again, that question. This time, what's your answer? You were not put here to sleepwalk. You were not put here to scroll and drift and wonder what your life could have been. You were put here to build something. Something that makes your kids proud. Something that makes your younger self exhale. Something that makes the version of you who almost gave up look up and say, we made it. But it starts, and it always starts, here, with the alarm, with the floor, with the first hard choice of the day. Not next Monday, not January 1st, not when you're more rested, more ready, more certain. Now, this morning, this version of you, right now, is enough to begin. You don't need more preparation. You don't need more permission. You don't need more proof that you can do this. You just need to get up. Get up and run when you don't feel like running. Get up and build when no one believes you yet. Get up and show up for yourself, the way you show up for everyone else. Because here is the truth that will outlast every excuse. The life of your dreams is not waiting for a miracle. It's waiting for your morning. Wake up and get it done. If this is the sign you needed, it's yours. Drop a in the comments right now. Tell me, what time is your alarm set for tomorrow? Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because somebody in your world is one morning away from changing their entire life. Make sure they don't sleep through it.